Q here. I'm watching Steve do his Leo soap opera. Apparently we're just another brick in the wall. We'll get to that in a moment. So the reading went as such. We're doing the connection, how they feel on the surface, how they feel in the soul, what the universe wanted to add to it, and the potential final outcome. This was the overall energy, which is Lilith. I'm glad she's a part of this deck. She's the lovers here. Twin energy, the choice, specifically as their book indicates, actually, which I appreciate as well. This deck is gorgeous and beautiful. So let's just start with it. We'll get to the clarifiers. So let's rearrange. First up is Baal, King of Wands, the Burger King. Fiery, stubborn energy. He's mind control. King of Wands. How they feel in the surface energy. Glacia, murderous energy there as they calculate 8 wands. Coming in, communicate, tell you, but there's energy holding them back. In the soul, 5 wands, those chicken bones I call them, the self-made excuses that hold us back. With Belith there, and Belith is Cupid, lover boy. The universe wanted to add the vessel, which is the Ace of Cups in this, and I love their expression of that as well. It's like all the tools of the magician. Focalor. It's either sink or swim. Oh wow, I didn't see that yet in the card. In the card there is someone drowning with their hand up saying, "Save me." Wow, these cards are great. So sink or swim. It's also 6 of Pentacles, which is my miracle card. Water into wine. It's like they need a miracle in order to communicate. And control has to be given up if they want to get over these chicken bone excuses. And the Ace of Real is trying to pull the King of Wands to be real. And if they're real, they get their miracle that they want. So my reading is good so far on that. And then we clarified Baal. We got Gussian, which is King Strange. And I love that he's Temperance because Archangel Michael is nothing like anybody would think. Temperance. Balance, harmony, a perfect mixture. And crossing Temperance is the Knight of Pentacles, Zapar. And again, influence in love energy. And how that's realized as well as the Gemini symbol as well. Gemini. So that's cross-checked as well. Glacia coming in, wanting to say what needs to be said, is clarified with Bareth. I'm gonna make sure I'm right. Oh yeah. Money. Oh, I should have just looked at the Two of Pentacles. I also love that that's Leo energy. Juggling what would be the progression here into Valak, the transgender nun there, I see. Wow, these cards are beautifully expressed. Two heads. That's the Nine of Wands, that wall that we put up to protect us in our thinking and in our feelings, and that solidify our ego to be right. And that's why we put a wall up. Perfect for that Aquarian energy. Belith is clarified by the Eight of Cups. Seer, walking away, Piscean energy, also Jupiter. Walking away from what we pushed down with Deptilion, the High Priestess there. The many heads, as many cups have been knocked over, and I like that that's expressed here in this. All the cups are knocked over except one, which is funny because it's not even cups, being read with the Eight of Cups. Look, fool, there's your ninth cup, as they point to it. Wow, these cards are great. Yeah, so having to look at the chicken bones and walk away from them. Read with, again, Temperance, harmonization energy, Archangel Michael energy, with the Knight of Pentacles, which is that solid, reliable energy. It's just slow. Moving on to the Vessel, the Ace of Cups. It is read with the Two of Cups. That's that soul contract, that lover, the soul connection, soulmates. And crossing the soulmates, Two of Cups, which is Befrons, by the way. He's the Frenchiest of all. And the French are very much lovers. With Aureus, the Knight of Cups. It's very interesting that he's the Knight of Cups in this deck. One of the, I guess, darker energies of the Goetia. But I love that he's the Knight of Cups. He wants to bring in that love and see the light. And he's just staring at you, seeing if you can bring it. He's also read with Capricorn, Devil energy. And the Moon, also with the High Priestess. Moon and High Priestess are synonymous for pushing down those things that we don't want to look at, hidden in the dark. Which moves us into, it's also read with, the Knight of Cups is read with the Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, reliable energy, and the Two Cups, which Temperance mixes up there, is mixing up that soul connection there. Again, cross-checked energy very, very well. Which leads us into the miracle that we need from Facolor, which is the drowned ship energy there. First energy up is the star. The star, that wish, that destiny. Destiny is here. And all they're doing is sitting and looking at it and crossing their T's and dotting their I's and making sure that the contract is solid with Foras. Decarabara is was a will on the chariot of the divine. A Orphan. A fallen Orphan. Or an Orphan that said, fuck this shit. I love that you're the star. It was your destiny. It's also indicated as a moon energy as well. And Foras here is I'm sorry, sweetheart. There's so much to remember. There's 72 of you. Um, oh, strength. The physical fortitude in order to. Wait, so you're like a gym bunny that is like an accountant? Yes, you are. um, so if it all checks out in your head, which is read again with the 9 wands, so it takes all that checking to make sure that that wall can come down. And destiny is making you reevaluate money, king money there. And that's what's being juggled, is destiny. And I want to come in and talk about it. Will you save me from drowning? Again, all of this is, overall energy is Lilith here, the lovers. Then on a whim, I was like, well, who is this applying to? And the first card out is the Chariot. Semes, an armored, spear-wielding zodiac, driving the chariot of the 2 horses there. An emperor, moon energy again. Also Cancerian energy. I love the moons in the background shining bright. Whereas it normally would hide the information, this bright full moon is illuminating all the information. And Semes makes those look like officials, authority. Everybody you're encountering is looking like they're judging you for the law of the universe. Interesting that it has Aquarian energy on this. Then came up is the King of Swords, the King of Truth, the King of War, the King of Kings, the Prince of Darkness himself, Asmodee. I call him a pussymonger, because he is. This boy got so much sexual energy, yet he's the King of Swords. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is it. Crossing is the 10 of Pentacles. Bathan. We're going to get there. Interesting as pussymonger or Asmodee, Bathan has been hanging out with Kali Ma, and that is the very feminine sexual energy on like steroids. Is the solid dream, the dream made manifest of the 10 Pentacles. And crossing it is Justice of Horrors, and horrors will burn it all to the ground, but is the most fair of all the Goetia, ironically. Very much Cancerian energy, if you ask me. Again, Piscean shown on the card here. But Justice, which is Libra, and this Cancerian is very Libra. But yes, burn it all to the ground, and you'll see what weighs out. I love that the 2 scales are light and dark, just like the Chariot. I'm in love with this deck. That's beautiful. So I thought that was funny. Then I wanted to clarify who this was about, which held in mind was like a Leo reading, but it came out as such. This was interesting too. We'll leave it here. Let's go with first. First up was Halphus, the 3 of Wands, the seeing which way is the path forward, looking at those horizons, sitting and wondering if one should go in. And I love this Halphus, and Halphus is a strategic, well was, strategy energy. Very slow, but if a choice is made, was calculated out, and it's probably the right course of action. Into the 3 of Swords. Person there. The horn blower. Sounding that their heart is hurt. Cancerian energy as well. Interesting. Alphas has gotten Libra energy. And the heartache leads to the King of Pentacles. Astri, as she likes to be called, instead of Astaroth. To be in their presence, you must be immune to poison. Their very breath is deadly. But a king of stability and growth and solid. Next to that was Gap, king of the East, I believe he was, but just got stolen away, holding the 7 swords there. Actually, he's only holding 3. His heartache. With the 4 swords around him, showing him to rest the mind and travel in an instant. Sorry, Gap. Gap is no longer. Just like Alphas. Rom. 3 of Swords in another deck I have as well is representative of Rom, but in here it's the 5 Pentacles, which I think is funny because Steve always says the 3 of Swords and the 5 Pentacles is the 2 cards that... No, it's Cups, I'm sorry, never mind. I believe that would be one of the energies too that would bring somebody in out of the cold, because it's out in the cold energy. If I just climbed over this wall or go through that door or knock on the cathedral door, they would let me in. Well thought of energy again, as Libra is the sign energy there. And then the last card crossing all this 5, the 6th, was the Sun. Vine. He is the builder and destroyer of astral protection and fortifications and weaponry. And this is eclipsed energy here, which as we just had that eclipse. And Sun energy is Leo. It's Leo's card. So we have the Chariot and Leo. Cancer and Leo energy there. Climb these stairs. Also, interesting thing about Vine. Vine can take your soul without a contract or permission. I feel honestly the most powerful for that very fact alone. It's a crowned lion as he's come down off his horse and is just waiting and being pensive as this eclipses their energy. And I chuckled because it was the last card out, because I was looking for a major arcana in order to get that information of who is this about. Leo. And then as I set the deck over here, this card slides, because they're new, so they're slick still. It slides. I was like, oh, you want to be read too? It was the Fool, Valfor. Valfor is a thief, master thief. So, Leo the Fool, out in the cold, worshipping pentacles with a heartache, wondering if there is, hey, my biscuits, beauty in the path forward. Let me go turn this off. And then as I see the deck over here, it's kind of cut in 3 different ways. So I was like, well, I guess you want to see that too. And it's the Magician. Andromedus, the most intelligent of all, is bringing intelligence to this and showing them how to mix up everything. They got everything they need to move forward as the Magician transmutes this heartache and uncertainty into the certainty. Next up was the 6 of Wands. victory, Lee not La Ray. He don't like the French. Or, I guess, I don't know. They corrected me highly when I pronounced it that way. Think of just like redneck, but he's that Robin Hood energy, and the one that takes the first shot and starts the war. But Six of Wands, victory. Victory over what? Nibarius here. The moon. The moon is that energy that's being pushed down, as we were looking at there with the High Priestess with Detelion. That repressed, pushed down energy. It's highly intelligent. People confuse him with Cerberus and say they're the same. No, they're just the same species. But the moon, the stuff we've been repressing. So victory over the things that we've been repressing, and we're transmuting it into the perfect situation. Boom. Bottom of the deck that I had over here just sitting out of the way so I could put this to the side was the moon. I'm curious what's underneath it. 3 cups. Celebrate. But that's my first reading with this deck. That's an actual legit reading. I threw some cards last night before sleep, and I think it's beautiful. It all cross-checks itself and is very much speaking of the situation. I imagine between a lot of us Cancerans and Leos. But there you have it. So take what resonates, toss the res, or just enjoy the beautiful art and story behind this, and the very temperate in reading here. Very divine. I love that the card slid down for the full. It's like, nah, you need to put this there too. So there you have it, and like, subscribe, share if you dig it, and if you're in a dark space, QgotU.